Hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream. The electricity cut out again, so that explains it. I took a shower and now I'm back. And we'll proceed with this quest. Hopefully it didn't skip over the quest text. Right. We'll just skip through to where we were. I think we're quite a ways from here, so I'll just keep clicking. Alright, John here. I think I skipped the one line that I had to read. Oops. Time to get my cheesecake. Truth be told though, as much as I enjoy the flavor that getting food adds to the game, like, it definitely takes up a lot of my inventory space. Brendan is quite right. Building Talos from scratch would require time we simply do not have, which is why I propose to make use of the long abandoned Talos which wandered the wilds of Calusia. Those are canon. They will need to be deactivated, of course, and if memory serves, the tools required to do so should still be at the top rung. Come with me. I thought those were just there, like, for the game's sake. I didn't think it was canon that they were there. Kind of terrifying if things if these things are canon. Like, how do these people even live around here with these giant aggressive Taloses wandering around? I guess it would make more sense if they were docile, but these are straight up aggressive ones, you know? I don't even know what these tombstones are about, or this. There's just so much that I haven't come in contact with this game. It's so crazy. And I've played this game for how long now? Playtime? My goodness. There's a lot of fucking time. 15 times 24, how much is that? 240, 120, 360. 371 hours? I think I did my math right. Yeah, 371 hours. I still haven't touched a fraction of the game. My god. Aha! The old memory hasn't let me down. This chest contains canisters filled with the dashedly potent insulating powder capable of halting the flow of aether in the Talos. We need only get within throwing distance of one and let fly. Wow, that sounds remarkably on point for what we need for our stuff, huh? Thus disabling them without damaging them. Ingenious. An old trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, it should be a simple enough matter to get them to march to Yulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I would ask you to run along and do the deed, but as I have said before, it is high time we learn to stand on our own feet. God bless. Thankfully, throwing canisters is something even I should be able to manage. Come off it, Master Chai. Even if the Talos ain't a threat, there's 101 other things for you to figure out. 101 other things out there waiting to make a meal out of you. I read that so wrong. That's as may be, Kaishir, but Renan tasked me with solving this problem, and I will not sit idly by while others risk everything to see my harebrained schemes realized. Not this time. Which isn't to say the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread. Truth be told, I can't feel my legs. But if I'm to prove I'm a man worth following, I must lead by example. Well said, Master Chai. Here, here. So what are we gonna do? Yes, well, it should go without saying that I have no intention of dying for this. I've always preferred living to see the fruits of my labors. To make sure I do, I will require your help. It is as Kaishir says, these lands are dangerous if one is not careful. I would ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beast that could get in the way of my work. I would also need you to alert me when it is safe to subdue the Talos. Understood? At this rate, it's easier to just let me do it. This is a pain in the ass. Good. Then let's be off to the quick way through the north gate and see if we can't find a suitable vantage point for you. And the shower really brought the bowl into my bowl cut, huh? Go, 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 go. I clicked. Oh, I have to click him. Okay. How counterintuitive. Yeet? No? Yeet. It's gonna fall on him? Okay, great. I did it? I did it! Let's move on to another Talos, shall we? What are these things? Does it turn around? Does this count? Oh, oh. You're dead. This is gonna be really annoying, isn't it? Start over? Okay, this is the worst quest in the game. I think I just wait for him to say something. Like, he'll say it's time or something. Just continue. Get me out of here. Okay, that's an opening. Okay, good. That's literally what happened last time. I'm so annoyed. I do believe I'm getting the hang of this. Alright, man. You may leave the next one to me. Oh, God bless. You can do it, buddy. Just throw it really, really hard. Huh, that should do it. Now we have all we need to proceed. Dude. This is terrifying. He has an army of robots behind him now. I can scarcely believe it. It was a reckless, foolish plan, but somehow it worked. I did it. Master Chai, I believe I owe you an apology. Your plan to replenish Yulmore's food stores showed forethought and sound judgment. What's more, it is plain your time at Daedalus Stoneworks has equipped you to lead, as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor of Yulmore. I thank you for your vote of confidence, but the fact remains, I am wholly ignorant of the world of politics, which is why I would ask you to join me and grant Yulmore the benefit of your counsel. I would be honored. When the people behold these Talos, I have no doubt they will lend you their support. It would seem Yulmore's leadership is at last in capable hands. Would you not agree? We should probably be getting back soon, Master Chai, after you've tinkered with the Talos and all that. Lady Chai is worried sick. Damn, I should have had faith in this guy, man. Did it.
Right then. Form a line and make for Yulmore. What's that noise?
Look, it's Ardbird.
Wicked White! Runaway Talos! Call the guard!
Wait, is it not us? Oh god, they're getting attacked. No, it is us. Where are we? Are we just so far behind?
Stay back! All of you! Is that?
Were we just hiding behind the wall? What just happened?
You're back.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see. Yes, I can't.
Oh my. Murder?
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh dear.
Must be handy to have a healer around in real life.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, my darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Aww. We love love. Oh, geez, not again.
Geralt, please!
What the fuck? I have a stomachache. I gotta check if the restroom's available. Sag. Someone's in the restroom. That was quite a reception. One master child will struggle to forget. More seriously, the arrival of the Talos has seized the public's attention. Once word has spread around Yulmore, it will be much simpler to gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. No need to fret, Yunari. I have never felt better. And not at all overawed by the prospect of addressing the assembled masses of Yulmore. As for where to do it, if we're to accommodate everyone who might feasibly wish to attend, I suppose the only place large enough will be the Emergent. Then I will go and spread the word among the citizens, both free and bonded, that they are to assemble there to meet their new mayor. You there, Kaishir, was it? Would you go and inform the residents of Gate Town and the derelicts? Of course I will. Good lad. I will let the guards know not to bar the way to Vothri's chambers. It goes without saying that I expect the Warrior of Darkness to attend, assuming she's available. Might as well see it through to the bitter end, huh? The doorman at the Crown Lift will show you up. Or I can just TP. Do they want me over here? Oh, I do have to take the lift. Oops. Yes, Master Chai told us to expect you. The Emergent is already filling up with people of all persuasions, free and bonded citizens and non-citizens. But for you, our guest of honor, we have reserved a place at the front. Right this way, miss. Look at those mountains glitching on the back.
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today. But before going any further, could I ask the free citizens of Yulmore to look around?
Is this canonically supposed to be bigger? Because this is not very many people.
Tis a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Forthry's rule. Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded, but today we welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gate Town too. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Yulmore's new beginning.
It's the Warriors now? It's not just me? Come on, man. Where's my title?
As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Vothry. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations. And I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness. Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Yulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values.
Wow, what a strong declaration.
No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Vorthry must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new, to what manner of nation Yulmore should become. Whatever the answer may be, it cannot be decided by one man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future. However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today. Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved. The road before us will not be easy, and I know full well how daunting the prospect of honest labor may seem to some of you. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward.
Damn, look at how she's
This
admiring
much
him.
we owe to ourselves and
That's
to the
good, man.
brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength. For Yulmore!
He didn't even mention his... Who's the other guy supposed to be, like the co-mayor? What a quirky clap. It's a whole dance move, man. That was a fine speech, Master Chai. I believe your words stirred every soul in attendance. Stir them to action, I hope. If I have learned anything from all of this, it is that change begins with the individual. It's but a matter of finding the strength to take the first step. Assuming my fellow Yulmorians can, it shall be my honor and privilege to help them walk this road we have chosen. But we must not forget the individuals who made all of these changes possible. Were it within my power, I would carve a tribute to your heroism into the very stone upon which the city stands. I hate to change the subject, darling, but now that you have officially taken office, have you given any thought to your mayoral seat? What? Like physically? We will not be moving into the emergent, dearest. It's too big for one thing, and too far from the people for another. We will retain our current residence, and I will govern here in the parlor. Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. I much prefer the view from the parlor. Begging your pardon, Master Chai, but have you got time for a word? Yes, of course. Hathenbet? Aye, that's me. I liked your speech. But there's folk outside these walls as don't even have enough food to last till tomorrow, and more who are counting their crumbs. If you've got a plan to change that, I want to help set things in motion. And we've much to discuss. No sooner do I take office than my work begins in earnest. Well, I suppose I brought it upon myself. Thank you again for your help, Beanery. I hope to see you again before long. What a day. I don't know what it means exactly, but I do know I've got plenty to think about. I sense we all have a great deal to consider. I had resolved to remain here until such time as Yulmore's future was secured, but it is clear to me now that the city is in capable hands. I have every confidence that they will find their way, and I believe it is time we went on ours. I think the restroom's available. I'm out. Back. That was a fatty. I think I'm gonna go ahead and change the chat box. Looks a bit too small with the current text. Man, it's a little too small with this setup anyways. Ugh. Guess I'll just have to figure out how to fix it some other way. Maybe like this? No, it'll just be way too wide. Like, this has to be insanely big for it to be remotely visible. I don't really see a different setting. Oh, there it is. Oh, perfect. Oops. Cool. It's not really changing. Maybe you have to close this. Close. Nope. It's not changed. Maybe delete this. Browser. Boom. Boom. There we go. That's much, much better. Still too small, actually. Let's do this. Guess I gotta delete it again. Ooh. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Perfect. Now it's finally legible. Trust. Alright, continuing on. Just as soon as people leave the room. Zophanel's leaving too, is he? Seems like everyone's moving on. Everything's changing. I've been thinking about what I should do in all of this. Like I told you, I spent most of my life dreaming about living here with my friends in paradise. That paradise is gone, but something better has taken its place, and I reckon I want to be part of it. This Yulmore for the people Master Chai's been going on about ain't gonna build itself after all. Not that I'm much of a builder. Me and my friends will find a way to make a difference, though. Help keep things changing for the better. A far nobler dream than the one to which you clung before, and one I'm happy to say we share. Whatever path you choose, I will pray for your success. Well, when you put it like that, there's no going back now, is there? We've got a few ideas on how we can do our bit. Just a matter of taking the first step. Truly, to see Kai Shir thus inspired by our actions is inspiring in itself. Yet, however much I may wish to stay and see what comes of his efforts here in Yulmore, we have matters of our own to attend to. Come, we should return to the Crystal Tower. Maybe Beklug's studies have borne fruit in our absence. You know, the thing about time traveling in stories is now that the Warrior of Light can just go to and from the first and the source at will, and there's like time dilation and all that stuff, like it can totally be a story device or plot device where I can just, if I can't beat someone, I can just go to the first and train. Omega Law. The time here moves so much slower, right? It's totally an option. Do you have business with the Crystal Exarch? Just say the word. Oh wait, I don't have to read this. Welcome back. We are given to understand the new mayor has taken office in Yulmore. Indeed, our good friend Master Chai was elected by popular vote, and after some considerable soul-searching, chose to accept the post. It is a shame you weren't able to attend his inaugural speech, though I have no doubt you will see more of him in the future. But tell me, how fared you in preparing the White Aura site? Oh, failed. Satch. Our work did not proceed as quite as expected. In your absence, we had a frank discussion on the principles of soul transference and concluded at length that White Orsite was ill-suited for our purposes. But Urianger, did you not say that compared to the massy soul of an Ascian, the stone could house one of ours with ease? That I did, and armed as we are with Beklug's invaluable insight, 'twould indeed prove a trifling matter were we to disregard the inviolable link betwixt mind and soul. A link which would, we did belatedly realize, be weakened most perilously in the process of rendering our souls dormant, as Orsite doth require. Thus, the shedding of these fleshy simulacra and the surfeit of aether which compriseth them would in all likelihood deprive us of our psyches as well. It would theoretically be possible to channel your minds into the aetherite instead, or Orsite instead, but we would more than likely sacrifice your souls in the process, which is why we have abandoned that plan and instead devoted our time to finding a means by which mind and soul might be transported together. Then we are no closer to a solution than when we first began. It is a vexing conundrum indeed, but one for which the Crystal Exarch has posited a most intriguing solution. When our discussions turned to the transference of memories and the psyche, I could not help but be reminded of a technique with which I have personal experience. Inari, do you recall what we learned of my eyes from our encounter with Doga and Unai? I speak of the royal eye of the Alagan imperial line, gifted to my forebears through the blood and memories of the ancient Alagans. It is by this gift that I am able to control the Crystal Tower. If we were to gain an understanding of this technology by which the Alagans were able to accomplish this transference, perhaps then we could keep mind and soul together. Imagine, if you will, a device like unto a soul crystal, replete not only with our worldly memories, but also the bountiful energies of the soul. That is our current avenue of investigation, and we will follow it wheresoever it leads. While we are thus engaged, I think it's best that Inari return to the source and inform Kryl and the others of our findings. Agreed. I imagine Tataru will be relieved to hear we've made progress of a sort. Excuse me. Then I would beg leave to relay our findings unto Thancred and Green, and to assist where I may in their investigation of the empty. Yes, please do. Should we have need of your counsel, we will not hesitate to summon you. Give our regards to Taharu, won't you? Man, these like double consonant names. I think is the problem. Tataru. So hard to say when I'm trying to read quickly. Give our regards to Tataru, won't you? Alright, well, back to Mordona. Just a $300 round trip. So cheap. Not a round trip. One way. Inari, you're back. How did everything go in the first? Wait, don't tell me. Crow will be here shortly and she'll want to hear it too. She's just tending to the others. Their bodies, I mean. Gods, I don't think I'll ever get used to saying that. Anyway, you can tell us everything the moment she gets here. Oh, cool. Cutscenes. I think this might be 5.2. New patch.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I've carried out the treatment as per Master Matoya's instructions. It should slow the destabilization of their corporeal ether quite significantly. But tell me, how fare our friends in the first?
So this Becklug's the first to lead an authority on soulcraft, are they? Sounds promising.
And Urianger's proffered solution of white auracite is rather ingenious now that I think of it. Well, while they press on with their preparations, you may rest assured we will continue to do our part here.
Oh, you're back.
No, Estinian!
And none the worse for wear, I see.
Estinian! Oh, thank the gods! We've been worried sick. Did you lose your link pearl or something?
The situation in
That
Garlemald
epic
has
music
become more
behind him,
complicated.
man.
I was making my escape from the capital when I ran into one of yours, Riol. He thought it best we come straight here.
More complicated how?
Where to begin? After entering the Empire via Razat Han, I went about my mission of investigating Black Rose. It was then, inside a provincial factory, that I encountered the one who styles himself Shadow Hunter, Gaius Baelsar. Our goals being apparently aligned, we joined forces and ventured on into the heart of the capital, to the very Imperial Palace itself. There, we found a man whom all assumed dead. But his soul lives on, and he has wrested back his flesh. Xenos Ye Galvas. Nor did the surprises end there. For no sooner had we arrived than he murdered his sire in cold blood. The Emperor is dead. This sent Gaius into a rage, and he charged in, blade drawn. What's wrong?
I guess we'll have to see for ourselves. Okay, buddy. This guy power leveled so hard. Oh, I've seen him in action. His body, at least you will not best him alone. Let me turn that off. Nay, death will not come easily to that thing. If you would join me, then by all means. Where are the rest of our allies? For what good I will do. The Black Wolf and the Azure Dragoon. I suppose this might suffice. Come then. Gaius is not particularly strong. Wow. Alright, this is where you shoot him with the lance. Oh Jesus, he grabbed the lance. What? Damn, they have a tag boy fuck buddy move together. Interesting. Ah, the simple pleasures of one's own flesh. Truly, there is no place like home. TBNOP. Abomination. Whatever he is, Inari was barely a match for him. If we stay here much longer... Emperor Varys, your radiance, are you alright? We may wear out. Welcome. Can't get over how fucking thick this man is. Your radiance, no! Must even the most middling of sport be spoiled? The world conspires to bore me. But I have no cause to remain. I leave these vermin to you. Xenos. He's just leaving? Oh my god. Wait, isn't that an Ascian power? Oh, well, any bright ideas? Just one. Damn, he was sad about one Imperial dying. He's just down to kill all of them. Oh, I think we fought those guys before. The intruders have taken flight. I repeat, the intruders have taken flight. Deploy all available Magitech armor. We cannot let them escape. Oh, Amistinian Pog. Oh, it's AoE. What the? Oops. I may have just grief. Hey, the Dragoons usually have these moves? This is so cool. Definitely the wrong class. Wait, this is an AoE combo. Simeon is actually broken. Didn't we kill these two? Hello. How's it going, everyone? It seems like every day I want to stream, I get a stomach ache. It's so bad. Damn, he just yeeted. Also, he's perma sprinting. What a Chad. Well, someone's been busy. The heck is this thing? Ooh. Okay. Arch Ultima. And you would bar my way, would you? So be it. Come Nidhogg, lend me your strength. Oh my god, what a Chad. Wait, how does he have Nidhogg strength? Didn't we dump both of his eyes? Is that spear made out of Nidhogg somehow? The same music from the AR MSQ. Oh shit, I got more abilities. Dots. AoE. Okay. Got it. Oh, this is emergency day. Oh my god, this feels so good, man. The Giga full thrusts. Oh wait, how long does that last? 15 seconds? It's already been 15 seconds? Okay. Data sample 14. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, this has a long cooldown. What the heck? 6 seconds? Holy crap. What the fuck? Oh. I don't even know if I need to kill these things. Wow, what range? Oh, geez, there are mages up there. Not coming down? Oh, wait, it's invincible. Okay. Can I jump up here? No, I can't even jump up here. Oh, do I have to... Maybe. Holy shit. Is that a run on my dude?
Taste my lungs.
Holy, we're playing a mobile game. Oh, what is this? Estinian! Garleans in their machina or machina. No. Where are you guys?
Are you all right?
Peer into my past, did you?
Well, I didn't quite relive the experience as you did, but I bore witness to it all.
I'm still not sure what I think of this gift of yours, but no matter. Our confrontation was cut short when the Imperial Guard arrived. It was then that Xenos took his leave, citing boredom.
To think their research into the Echo could bear such fruit. Escaping death, jumping from one body to the next, and returning to his own after all this time. He is an Ascian in all but name.
It beggars belief, aye. But no more than a hero traversing the rift between worlds. My concerns are far more prosaic. With the Emperor dead and the Crown Prince missing, the Empire is in disarray. Until order is restored, assuming it even possible, we needn't fear an Imperial reprisal. And for reasons of his own, Xenos took it upon himself to rid the world of Black Rose. Riol has already gone to apprise the Alliance leaders of these developments. We may leave the matter in their hands for now.
Then perhaps we have seen the last of the fighting at Gimlet. Though, if it comes to civil war, I cannot help but fear for the provinces. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten to ask. What became of Gaius? Did he not escape with you?
That he did, but we parted ways shortly after leaving Garlemald. He claimed another threat had arisen which demanded his attention. He didn't elaborate, but the absence of some device or other in the capital gave him reason to believe they're planning something. Lest you worry, I believe he has well and truly shed the Black Wolf's pelt. Conquest is no longer his objective. We may safely leave him to his own devices.
Well, it's nice to have one less foe to worry about, even if we do have a mysterious new threat to look out for instead. Speaking of which, I'll see that Riol and Al Shinobi are made aware. Though we still know next to nothing, it can't hurt to be vigilant.
Well then, with Black Rose nipped in the bud, I believe I've fulfilled my part of the bargain.
Bargain.
That's true, but with the Archon still slumbering away, we were hoping you might agree to stay with us for a little bit longer.
Sorry, but I'm not inclined to extend my contract. Gaius isn't the only one with business to attend to.
Get cooked.
Thank you for your help then, Estinian. I see why Alphino admires you, sir.
Grunt.
Farewell, my friend. See that you don't make a habit of dozing off in battle.
I suppose we should all be getting on then. As ever, we will see to the Archon's needs. In the meantime, why not get some rest? You've more than earned it. Go on.
More rest, Pog. You must be shattered after all that hopping back and forth between worlds. Why not stay here and rest for a while? I'm sure Becklu can manage without you. They've got enough science to help them, if you ask me. Traitors, you would dare deny Lord Nerva the throne? Okay. Onward! Before this day is done, victory shall be ours. We love conquest. Is he enjoying this shit? Oh, boring, boring, boring. Do you think? I find it amusing, like dogs herding cattle to the slaughterhouse. Is it Elidibus? Jesus Christ, he's still around. That you. Your soul is... Who are you? Oh, it's not Elidibus. What the fuck? Before your majesty, I am but another dog, lost in want of a new master. A hunting dog, if you should wish it so. For I know full well the prey you would seek next. Zodiarch. I guess this guy is a servant of Hydaelyn. I mean, this guy's trying to fight Zodiarch, right? Does he know? There's too much going on at once, man. I'm just getting swung back and forth. Did you hear? The mayor's reopening Daedalus Stoneworks, and they're looking for laborers. There's talk of resettling some of the old abandoned villages too. They're even laying on free Talos to help anyone willing to make the move. Free Talos? Ha! We best get packing. Steady work, board, and lodging. If that's not a recipe for hope, I don't know what it is. Oh, what's this? That's Bardbird's armor? Oh. What the fuck? Yes, so long as I yet live, I would see that feeble flame rekindle. What? They just will never retire this man. It is my destiny to see our dream fulfilled. Maybe there was so much light it just fucking revived his ass. Oh, that was still 5.1. This is 5.2. Inari, my, what a pleasant surprise. If you've come to inquire after the Archons, fear not. Master Matoya's treatment has proven effective in stabilizing their corporeal ether. We mustn't grow complacent, however. Potent though these magics may be, they are not without their limits. We can only hope they afford us enough time for the Crystal Exarch to complete his work. If only we could go with you to the first and help. Pardon the interruption, but I come bearing urgent news. Ah, Inari, it has been far too long, my friend. Forgive me, I don't believe we have been formally introduced. Maxima, former Garlean ambassador. I remain here in Eorzea under the auspices of Commander Alden, offering what counsel I can in the hopes of resolving the present conflict with the Empire. Ah, yes, I have heard stories of a defector from Garlemald, but never mind that. You said you have urgent news? Indeed, as you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil, and a sizable portion of the Garlean forces have been recalled from the Gimlet Dark. With their numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance has withdrawn, leaving the Alamagan resistance to keep watch over the border. And it is there that we have welcomed a most unexpected visitor who claims that this de-escalation may belie growing dangers and unforeseen threats. Commander Alden has arranged for an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He has also requested a representative of the Scions attend as well, though it was clear to whom he wishes I extend this invitation. It would seem time is of the essence. Well, do not be attending this meeting alone. Though I am not as well versed in the affairs of city-states as our comrades, I see no reason to burden a single Scion with all of this. Yes, of course. Then we must make for the Alamagan quarter with all haste. Well, what are you waiting for? Get going, you two. Seems like everyone walks around with a knife on their side. Saw Stinian with a knife too. If I remember correctly, I just go all the way to the right and all the way up. That should lead me straight to where they are. There are a lot of people here. What the heck? Commander Alden awaits us in the Royal Palace, if you would follow me. Oh hey, it's Gaius.
They're here, Commander.
And I for one am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the Scions spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
We meet again. hero of Eorzea. Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows, and brought more than 2 companions. We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
I'm actually T-posing on this guy. Flaccid T-posing. Alright, we're relaxed.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence. Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand. Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight, but to me his description seemed anything but, and upon further investigation I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
Her eyes, man.
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended. The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed, few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandanis, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea. We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope. Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them. But the fact remains that you, and you alone, have faced the Ultima weapon, and emerged victorious. We need you.
I mean, Estinian also one-shotted it, so... Unless that one was incomplete. I mean, they were saying that it was incomplete, so...
And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friend's plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
I mean, you already know. I'm choosing the Scions 10 times out of 10. As ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. We can ill afford to ignore the threat of a new Ultima weapon, but with each passing day, the plight of the Scions grow ever more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the Ultima weapon, I will not stop you. I only ask that you confer with me before returning to the first. I don't actually get a choice, do I? Oh, rare roast beef? Holy shit, that sounds so fire right now. I take it you're ready to return to the first? Then I would ask that you apprise the others of recent events here in the source, namely Xenos' return and the development of a new Ultima weapon. As for their bodies, you may assure them that Master Matoya and I will continue doing what we can to keep their corporeal ether stable. Safe travels, Inari. I hope to see you and the other Scions soon. Back to my friends, where I want to be. Fuck politics, man. You've come at a most opportune time, my friend. I've made something of a breakthrough in my research on the soul and a means to return the Scions home. I trust you too have been making good use of your time. Ill tidings from the source, you say? Then I will summon the others that we might all be appraised of the situation. How does he do these summons? Like, we don't have Link Pearl. I guess he can just talk to them telepathically.
Now that
I
we
think
are
that
all
was
here,
established.
what news from the source?
Where's Alize?
A new Ultima weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Beklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white morosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
However?
We only have one.
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allegan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within Aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allegan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
I feel like I'm watching like fucking Naruto. It's like 20 episode arcs. I'm actually falling asleep on the stream.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness. But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
How does she know that I'm here? I just popped in.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
Give me that rare rose baby. I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it will be good to step outside for a spot of fresh air. Now then, shall we go and speak with Lena? We have little time, so I will be brief. The Sin Eater has been sighted in Lakeland, and I ask for your assistance in slaying it. A Sin Eater? I had heard some few yet remained after the night had returned, but perhaps we should call the others. That will not be necessary. It is only a single Sin Eater. A simple task for our guards, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be a valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foes, however harmless they may seem. My men would do well to learn from your example. Let's be wise then. We already did this once, did we not? Excellent, and let us make for a fourth job. Come on, let's kill some things. Wake me up, please. If you would wait here a moment, I will gather the others. not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Long have they awaited the opportunity to fight at your side. I was at death's door that day after the Sin Eaters attacked. If you and yours hadn't come along, I'd likely have stepped through, and I wouldn't have been alone. Their courage and selflessness is something we all aspire to. I too was there that terrible day. My friend transformed into a Sin Eater before my very eyes, and I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field of holding a blade again filled me with dread. But that is no way to honor her or my comrades, and so I have returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. A pleasure to meet you, miss. Truly. It seems like only yesterday I watched as you took flight astride in Amaro to go and save the Oracle. Strange to think that the Umorian soldiers we once locked blades with are now on our side, but we will do our utmost to keep the peace here in Lakeland. We seem to be missing one. Oh shit, is this... My apologies, Captain Lena. An elderly gentleman asked that I escort him to the Clearmount. It took longer than anticipated. I'll not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when you play host to honor guests. It won't happen again. The name's Taylor. I'm sure you don't remember, but we met once in the infirmary. I asked you to deliver a message to the Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to her. Don't give up. Don't give in. I keep those words close to my heart, and the boundless, beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of their importance. My friend got to see the Knight's return shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile, satisfied with a glimpse of what was to come. But there are countless others who weren't so fortunate. They gave their lives for the promise of a future they'll never know, and so it falls to us to do everything we can to fulfill that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up. We won't give in. Your heroism has inspired all of our guardsmen in much the same manner. Our scouts at the northern staging point have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. So keep them waiting. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be on this way. Oh, whoops. 1 second. Lol. I fucked up like 2 minutes. Whoops. Made a slight error in something. Lol. Oh yeah, they already killed it?
Did you slay this eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
By himself? Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness? And he says, no, I'm a warrior of light. And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
Buggered off.
A warrior of light?
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be her. The warrior of darkness.
Eh? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
Feels bad. We're not even gonna defend the Warriors of Light. Sad.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
What is this quest?
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat.
Yes, you definitely did.
As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Forgive me. There is one more thing. A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
This was the entire reason why
Take
she
your
called
time.
us out, bruh.
I shall go on ahead.
She's concerned about her grandpappy. Why he looks so young.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch. Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating.
What? What?
Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man, a younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there. Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past, remind him of all the pain that came before.
I don't really resonate with either of these responses. Second one, I guess.
Are you sure? Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
What a sweet way to put it. I will not keep you. You and your comrades have much to discuss. I will see the others back to their posts. Put me in, coach. The others were quite shocked to hear what we found in Lakeland. But now that you're here, there is a proposal I should like to make. I have been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I have noticed more and more people perusing books on history, the years leading up to the Flood in particular. I suspect they wish to know more about the Warriors of Light, as well they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as sin eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance, in conjunction with this renewed interest in their predecessors, may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of Crystarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I too can attest to the falsehoods found within full many of the cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Arbert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the Flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I am not surprised to see their roles distorted and them painted as villains. Were it not for the records stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use, for when I arrived here, in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remains those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the Flood. Considering all the good they had done, I find it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought justice to the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Verbert. That such heroes could be spoken of in the same breath as sin eaters is absurd. Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause of the Flood. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the Warriors of Light to become villains deserving only of resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Ardbert who helped you overcome Emmett's Sulk, correct? Such a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who knew him only as a villain. I have shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of his sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphino's plan. We call together the people of the Crystarium and recount to them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the flood that followed in their wake. This is nice. I'm waking up. You deserve this. Well, let's say you, Inari. I wish we had done this sooner. In hindsight, I agree, but better late than never, no? Exarch, might I ask you to continue working with Beck Lug on our means of returning home? The rest of us will see to gathering the people of the Crystarium and the etc. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. Oh god, they're all spread around. Son of a beach. Inari, my, what a wonderful surprise. Though I hope your being here doesn't mean someone's hurt. Thanks to you, I've had far fewer patients coming through my door of late, which is a shame, if you think of it. I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. What a laugh. Oh god, she's evil. I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. The truth about the Warriors of Light? But the Exarch has already spoken with me about them. Well, if there's more to the tale, I'd very much like to hear it. Probably go here next. Well, well, what a coincidence. I was just reading over a letter I received from Grenwald not too long ago. He says a visitor from the Crystarium found him at the bottom of the ocean, and that she inspired him to reach new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both feats, though I'd say the latter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. I'm sorry? You mean the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light? Well, whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. People have so much trust in him. I mean, it's well deserved, I suppose. This guy's model, I think his name is Morin. He reminds me of Soren from Fire Emblem. Just his model though, not his personality at all. No, this can't be. Surely there is at least one good book, or at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors of Light and their deeds in such a negative light. Wait, he thinks they're good? Why? Is he woke? Oh, Inari, forgive me. The Cabinet of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors of late, but I fear our repository lacks for the knowledge they seek. The people wish to know the truth of the flood, of the Warriors of Light. I have searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin-eaters, abominations worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof, and I dare call myself a librarian. You would address the people and tell them the truth of the Warriors of Light? Of the flood? How wonderful! You have regaled me with a tale once before. Oh, I did? But I should love to hear it again. Oh, and you may be assured I will not come alone. Wait, come to my lecture. Come to browse wares in the market, have you? While I can guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, whatever it may be. Under Yulmor's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Where does that fellow from Daedalus Stoneworks has taken over as mayor? Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it is. I imagine it won't be long before all of Norvrent reaps the benefits. But you've not come to talk about the market. Something on your mind? I see. The Exarch did mention they had something to do with your returning the knight to Norvrent. All right, consider my interest piqued. Are they gonna tell the truth about the source of the shards and the calamities and stuff too? That would be a little bit too much to swallow. One truth at a time, I guess. Well, well, to what do I owe the pleasure? Whatever it is, I must ask you be brief. With the night return, visitors have been flocking to the Cristaria, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it though, seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget the flood ever happened. The Warriors of Light? Yes, the Exarch has mentioned them before, but everyone knows them now as the Cardinal Virtues, or are you suggesting there's more to it than that? Well, you've yet to steer us wrong, so I'm willing to hear what you have to say. Great. There you are. Between the four of us, I dare say we've swept the Crystarium from top to bottom. Now we need but wait for the people to get.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
Am I going to talk in a cutscene? No way.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
Oh, I'm not actually talking. Okay. Oh, we are talking about the source. Oh god, they're all gonna be so fucking confused. Do I have a PowerPoint? There's no way I'm dispensing this information in an organized fashion.
Wicked White. The Warriors of Light did all that?
Yeah, they sure did, buddy.
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
Yeah, kind of an asshole, Taylor. Yo, was Morin smiling sinisterly? That was kind of creepy.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
I don't know about that. I feel like people are not going to take this well. Look at Lena. Oh, shit.
impossible.
Wait, Alphino recognizes him too? You can see him too?
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay. Yonder standeth no bloodless
All right, we saw him
apparition,
in the
but
source.
a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
What in the world?
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the warrior of darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time. Though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may.
Damn, all my friends are dead type shit, Sag.
People of the Crystarium! I am Ardbert. One of those you know as a warrior of light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
This guy's mind is
Aye,
going wild.
That I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass. The hero who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when she must return to her home.
Wait, how did we not explain that in the whole source thing?
But this land is our home.
Oh, I guess
And
we're
if it is
talking
to
about the
remain
going
so,
home thing.
now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light.
What? Us? Warriors of light?
But I like the darkness better.
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former.
Is his axe different now? I think it's different.
Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
Wait, is his axe being a different axe supposed to be a hint that I should pick up on? Why is everyone so suspicious? I can't speak. Why is everyone so suspicious? Like, can't we just talk to him afterwards?
So, that is a warrior of light of the first. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
No. Oh wait, I can tell? Why? No, absolutely not.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
That he is an Ascian.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree.
But don't they actually
From what I
need the
understand,
body?
The Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes.
But isn't
Needless
the
to
body
say,
fucking
4 of them were
skeleton?
subsequently exhumed to serve as the
Oh.
virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Bruh. This is so fucked
Assuming
up.
then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus. That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known. Thus evicted from his borrowed form and cognizant no doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the First, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen. My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light. On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while the Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps? Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary.
He's self-appointed? What?
I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case,
I literally
it may
could have
be
just been
wise
like,
to
hey,
keep a
that's not
covert
actually
eye on
Ardbert,
this
guys.
Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
It has nothing to do with confusing people. Just be like, hey, that's an imposter.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
It's probably the other Ascian that came to Xenos or something. Let's get more pixie tea, just so the items stack. Oh, hey, I forgot about those people. You did well to dispel the falsehoods surrounding the Warriors of Light and their actions prior to the Flood. Though I must say the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather one who appropriates his identity, was a rather curious development. He is an imposter, of that there is no doubt, but to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. Whoops. After the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yomar, the people prayed fervently for the gods to deliver them from their plight. Pray that these fallen heroes be born again for their sacrifices. What bitter irony. I, for one, would like to know why Ardbert urged the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. Ere we take action, we must needs ascertain his intent. Let us pray that Master Alphino returneth soon with that most essential knowledge. For now, I think it's best to apprise Thancred and Reen of our efforts. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. Agreed. I think it prudent we all take measures to prepare for what's to come. Beck Lug and I will continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel, that it might one day carry you home. Then I think it's time I return to the Greatwood. Until now, everything we have learned of the Ascians has been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of Emet-Selk's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I recently received word from Fanal that heretofore unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within the Kitana Revel. Almet believes the relics within tell of a great calamity that befell an ancient civilization, that of the Ascians, perhaps. They may lead us to the truth that we seek. Be sure to let me know how that works out. I'll see you guys later. I fail to see why that would be necessary, given that you'll be accompanying me. Fuck. Don't be coy. It doesn't suit you. I feel like your eyes have changed color now. They're like more blue now. When you are ready, make for Fanao. Alma and her sisters will be expecting us. Then let us be about our tasks. Pray give my regards to the V's. I almost said Vills. Look at that tail just tapping the ground. So cute. Hey yo. Welcome, allies of Ronka. We have accomplished much since you last came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have at last reclaimed our hunting grounds near Rectico Falls. It was there that we discovered more ruins. Although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring its halls, we have determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We were all in agreement. Before any investigation could proceed, you shall be summoned. We are grateful that you did. From what you have told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom my comrades and I seek can be found within. This wisdom could prove invaluable, for we may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. I see. Then it is good that you have come. For Ronka was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding. And it is our duty to ensure that you and yours do not want for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chambers unmolested suggests a more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Come now, surely any threat sleeping within the ruins pales in comparison to those we have faced thus far. This is not a game, sister. You should not be so eager to run headlong into danger. I smile. Oh? And who is it pining for the return of our allies that we might venture into the ruins, clutching her staff at night, wishing it were? You promised not to tell. Yeah, exposed. Then I suggest we be going. Get back here. Everyone's gay for Ishtola. Reminds me, exactly how old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps better I do not know. Oh, lol. Pinky. Pray forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have been privileged to escort you and yours into the ruins and bear witness to its secrets. Their heart now burns with a curiosity that is not easily satiated. Please, you needn't apologize. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well their enthusiasm, and if not for your sedulous efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded this opportunity. Speaking of which, I believe I have kept you away from the ruins long enough. Come, let us make for the Katana Revel. Alright, I'm actually going to call it here. I was going to stream longer tonight, but the stomachache is getting like unmanageable. I think I should just sit on the toilet for a while. And also my brother's snoring in the background. I don't know how much that's catching onto the mic. So I'll just double check that so I know how good my noise insulation is. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. It's unfortunate that the blackout fucked up the stream today, but I'm glad we got some progress. We're like halfway through 5.2. And next stream for sure we'll finish up post-patch. Promise. But that won't be tomorrow. I'll be busy tomorrow. I'll be at Christmas in the park celebrating with my girlfriend, so that'll be nice. And again, thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.